Wow, you are just a dog in a manger.
You're making my toes curl.
Someone who's like your best friend, but then also can make your toes curl.
I mean, I got stories that'll make your toes curl.
Which one of your spirits suggested this toe curling tchotchke?
My toes curl, they do.
Oh, go on.
There you will find stories of such blood-curdling terror that it will make your toes curl and your hair reach up towards the sky.
You may step on some toes.
The mistakes that make your toes curl with embarrassment.
We didn't want to step on anyone's toes.
Not here to step on any toes.
Even if we have to step on Endicott's toes?
He stepped on so many toes in this department, but...
I said, as long as you don't step on anybody.
But I didn't want to step on anyone's toes.
Well, I'd hate to step on your toe.
Unless, of course, I'm stepping on some toes.
I wouldn't want to step on anyone's toes.
Oh, I stepped on your toes.
But I didn't want to step on your
Left a big toe if you want to step on that on the way out.
Step on some toes in any business venture, it's inevitable.
Now, I'm not stepping on anyone's toes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes with the cake.
Sorry for this jurisdictional intrusion. Don't mean to be stepping on your toes.
Okay, well, we should stop stepping on each other's toes.
Pharisees, more teaching. Now, a preacher is always conscious of not wanting to step on the toes of people preaching in coming weeks, but by way of illustration, let me do that briefly, just by showing three tactics the Pharisees used to lower the standard of God's command to make them easier to keep. Are they
Too polite. Are they trying not to tread on anyone's toes?
Pharisees, more teaching. Now, a preacher is always conscious of not wanting to step on the toes of people preaching in coming weeks, but by way of
The football authorities, and we can help facilitate that, might be of interest to the committee. But I don't want to tread on the toes of UEFA and how they're running their operation. And what we can.
Right? You have to be willing to kind of tread on other people's toes and, be unethical and cut corners and be self-centered, be a little bit Machiavellian even, mean. But it turns out
Don't tread on his toes. Very rarely I tread on his toes. So
Treading on eggshells around him.
Then again, maybe it's just Dad stepping on her toes.
I hope you haven't stepped on her toes.
Mr. Flint, I don't want to step on your toes, but things have changed since you were actively running the company.
for me, you'll see him in Paris.
There's no chance that I'm even considering moving from first class to economy. Oh, do you know how many men would give their right arm to have me?
I'd give me right arm to hear it now.
I'd give my left arm for a chance at Blackbeard.
Some people would give their right arm for the privilege.
Would give their right arm to be you, and you know it.
I'd give him my right arm to get him to pen it.
True, because, not being funny, but most of the DIs would give their right arm to being fraud or a cushy number like that, do you know what I mean?
You know how many people give their right arm to be in show business, to lead the kind of life that you lead?
give my right arm for a Long Beach pizza. Or
Do you know how many actors with 10 times the experience you've got would give their right arm to work with Joan Littlewood?
When I was your age, I would have given my right arm for this, set up like this. My first time, I was 10. I mean, you're like...
gotta give my right arm for a siren right now.
Yeah, I'd give my right arm for that secret recipe.
Man, I'd give my right arm for $1 million.